What's up guys, how you doing? My name's TB and today is going to be a new series called Should You Watch, and the first thing we're going to be talking about is Darling in the Franxx. I want these videos to come out fairly frequently, but in order for me to do them, I had to watch the whole show first. And Darling in the Franxx is one of the very popular series that just ended, so now I finally get to talk about it. I've been wanting to talk about it ever since it came out, but there was a lot of people who were doing like first reactions, full reviews, stuff like that. I like Should You Watch This because it's less stressful. I feel like if I was going to do a review of something, then that means I have to talk about it in its entirety. And if I do that, I'm going to spoil it. And of course, I don't want to spoil any show or any game ever. So Should You Watch just feels like the best format for me. A first reaction didn't really give you enough information, I believe, in order to see if you really like the show or not. And reviews has potential to spoil it. So I feel like this is a happy medium. Anyway, let's get right into it. The story of Darling in the Franxx is pretty simple. It's a story about humanity trying to survive in a dystopian future where pretty much everything's destroyed. Their resources are very minimal. They don't really have much to survive on. They build their own system and way of life that's helping them to survive while they fight off this threat, which is these aliens called Klaxors or Klaxors. They're these blue aliens that basically live underground on Earth, and they're trying to survive. Every single day is a fight against these aliens. Also, it's a story about friendship and about bonds. You don't really see that right at the beginning, but as you go a little bit further into the series, you get into the middle, around episode 10, 11, 12, you get to see it's really about that too. Just as much as it's about humanity trying to survive, it's about building those friendships and those relationships, because in this age that they're in right now, those actually are really scarce. Unlike our main characters, 02 and Hero. Those are our two main protagonists. There's also a pretty lengthy side cast there. They're pretty good. They're pretty they do what they need to do. You know what I'm saying? They fill in the blanks whenever our two main protagonists are not there. And I feel like my favorite two on the girl side, because there's pretty much there's an even amount of girls and guys. Ikuno is probably my favorite girl on that side. She's just very realistic. She's very logical. She's a realist. She doesn't really give anybody any bullcrap. She doesn't sugarcoat anything. She tells it how it is, and she doesn't ignore her feelings, which I think is a really important thing, because it seems like something that a lot of people tend to do in this series. They feel a certain way or they want to say something, but they don't. Ikuno's not like that. Goro is actually my favorite guy on the guys side of our cast here, because he's pretty much the same way. He has his own problems like everyone does, but he tackles things in a realistic way. He's like, nope, I'm not going to sugarcoat this. I'm going to give you how it is, just how it is, how I see it. It seems like that's a struggle for a lot of characters in this show. I'm going to keep saying that because it just feels like that. This show, I would say it's a romance, it's a drama, and it's a mecha. Because there's mechas in this show. If you didn't even see the art style from like the first episode or even the trailer for the show, there's mechs in it. To be 100% honest, mechs is probably not my favorite genre, but they do it well. They do it well. And that goes into my next point. This anime is made by Studio Trigger. Studio Trigger was formerly known as Gainax, and if you don't know about Studio Trigger, man, they made Kill la Kill, they made Kiznaiver, they made FLCL, they made Gurren Lagann, they made Panting and Stocking with Garter Belt. You know, together, Trigger and Gainax. These type of shows that come out are incredibly amazing, incredibly bombastic, very like high energy, in your face, just this incredible over the top stuff. If you've never watched any show like Gurren Lagann or Kill la Kill before, then you don't know what you're getting yourself into. There's some people who went into this show not knowing what to expect because it's came from a studio like Trigger, but if you watch Kill la Kill and even Kiznaiver, because it has that sort of element of friendship and bonds in there too, you know exactly what you're getting when you watch this show, man. The animation is great. There's never a time where I thought it looked odd or weird, and like I said, sometimes in shows that have mechs, they put in some 3D animation that didn't really look too good, but I feel like it looks pretty good. I never saw a point in the show where I was like, oh yeah, this looks horrible, I don't like this. The intro, I never skipped the intro for this show ever. Every single time a new episode came out, I watched it. I listened to it. It was great. I think it was done by Mika Nakashima. I never heard her music before this, honestly, but I looked her up on Spotify, and ever since I started watching the show, I listened to some of her songs. She's really good. She does a really good job. It's the type of intro where I feel like you can listen to it even if you're not watching the show, you know what I mean? Just put it on repeat. Love it. Okay, so some cons with the show that I want to bring up really quick. There was an infamous episode. I believe it was episode 15 or 14, where there was a decision that a lot of people did not like that the creator of the show made. I'm not gonna spoil it. People were making whole videos on this one episode, giving their critiques on it. If this is something that worries you, if this is something that you heard that deterred you from the show, that made you not want to watch it, give the show a chance. Don't let this one thing deter you from watching this show, because there was a lot of people who were even sending death threats to the author of this show, saying if you take this show in this direction, you know, we're gonna do some bad things to you, and that's just completely out of hand. Some people are really crazy. It's just a show, man. Like, it's just a show. Calm down. The other thing is this show was super mega overhyped. Everyone was talking about this show last anime season. What is it, for the spring? Yeah, for the spring. Cause now it's summertime. New season has already started. Wow. But yeah, don't let the hype. It's a good show. It's not the greatest show in the whole entire world, but it's a good show. And if anything, the studio that's behind it, that's backing the show, and its track record should be enough, I feel like, to get you to want to watch this show. Should you watch Darling in the Franxx? Absolutely. I believe that you should watch it. It's worth your time. It has a happy ending too. Who doesn't love happy endings? I'm not gonna spoil anything. I just want to say every part of the show was amazing. I'm glad I spent my time watching it, and I feel like you guys should watch it too. And that's it. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you do, let me know. Let me know if there's any other show that you would like me to do a should you watch of. I have some more coming down the line that I want to do. Some for some long running shows, and some that are just as short as this. Oh, 24 episodes, by the way. Usually nowadays we're used to shows that are like 12, 13 episodes. 24, it's a pretty good length. So there's that. Alright guys, talk to you in the next one. Have a good one. Bye. You're gonna hear a lot of this. Yeah.